So here goes. Finally back working on this thing. I have to, I want to see if I can put some fuel in her, have her fire up. I got it running the last time I put a carburetor on this. It's about, I don't know, 3 months ago. This should be a challenge because these parts have been laying here on the bench for this to finish it. I don't want to run it too much then because I was running it the pump dry and I didn't want to run the pump dry. It was January and I would have had to drag 100 feet of hose out from the house because I don't have running water here in the garage. But now it's warm enough that it shouldn't be a problem. I probably won't run a hose up here. If I get this running up and going, I'll look, see if I can match up this hose, then I'll run and get a nozzle for it, the gun, and see, maybe this hose will work. If it doesn't seem to be in bad disrepair, I'll have to find it. Do I know where it is? No, haven't seen it in months. But it's here somewhere, I assure you. Anyhow, what I'm going to do here is see if I can get this running and get it idle. And like I said, I got it running good. When I put this new carburetor on, I had to rob some parts off the original car because to get the design so that it fit and looked like it was right, this wasn't the exact, it wasn't a duplicate. And I couldn't find a duplicate online. And one that had the primer pump on it had a different configuration. And this one that doesn't have it, which is not a big deal. That's not it's not like I got to start this thing every week or anything. You know, it's got a choke on it too. So, however, I'll get it running. I'll get it started. If it should run, but it ran good. Okay. So now let me put some fuel in this. I checked the oil. The oil's still good. I put fresh oil in this the last time I worked on it. It looked like it was a little high on the stick this time, but I wiped it off, checked it 4 more times. And it's right at the right level. What I was worried about was flow through from the gas tank. I think I emptied the gas tank when I did this. When I quit last time, I usually try to do that because everybody knows ethanol. It's crap. Anyway, the gas tank is bone dry and the oil level seems to be good on this. What I was worried about is if I hadn't done that, it would come through and leak by, fill the cylinder, drop down into the crank, and once it dropped down into the crank, keep filling and keep filling and keep filling. Now we got half gas and half oil, and the level rises up, and sometimes it gets bad enough that you get some hydrolock on it. Okay, enough yapping for right now. Let me get the fuel around here, and I'll give a few pulls on this and see what happens. Let's see how this goes. Put fuel in it. Done nothing else, didn't hit it with hot shot or any of that thing, nothing. Just gonna see what happens. Okay, I'm going to accept that. Now, I have to put the air filter and everything back on it. We'll see if she still runs that good without it on it. I got that adjusted in a little bit, see what happens. I can't remember where the adjustments are on this, but I just screwed with the screws until she worked. So, and it works. And it runs pretty smooth. I'm happy with that. But now, like I said, I'll put the air cleaner back on it, rest of the bracketry, and then I'll see if I can find that hose and see what kind of shape that's in. I still need a gun for it, so I'm going to have to cart that off to wherever, Never Land, one of the places, the depot or something, and look to see if I can find a nozzle for that. I don't know, maybe Harbor Freight will have one. I'll have to look. All right, so let me get some stuff around here, find the right tools, and get this back up. Brought you in for a closer look. Just sizing these up real quick. I think I figured it out. What bolts go where and what does whatever. I think. All right, by the look, that hook's in there, which is kind of a, I don't know, okey doke ass way to do shit, but whatever. Who am I to judge? It works, right? And if nothing else, it's not Chinese. Well, now the carb is, but we won't tell anybody. So it doesn't have an identity crisis. Well, are you? Okay, you are. That's what I needed to see. Oh, look at that. Festering mess. All right. Oh, that's ugly as hell. Okay, so we don't get a... Come here, take a peek. Oh, get my bony fingers out of the way. I'm going to hit that with a little bit of carb cleaner, run a rag around in that thing so that don't gum up the nozzle once I get it in there. Maybe I should try this first without that hose and just let her rip. Is that the right one? Yeah, I guess so. That must be it. Don't know. I'm a novice to this. I used pressure washers before, but never really got into the details. Yeah, I'll hit that with a little bit of carb cleaner and wipe that shit out of there so it doesn't gum up the nozzle. But I think I'll take this down to where I get some water, put some water in her, fire her up, and see what comes out of here. Or, you know what? I'll hook the hose up to it. I think the hose is still good. I'll check. Be back. All set up here. Got the hose attached to it. Water flowing through. Put a nozzle on that, should be good. Now, again, it's leaking underneath a little bit, but that's not a big deal. That's the garden hose side of that. Maybe leaking from the other side too, but I think that needs an O-ring in it. I'll have to see. I'll take a look, see what the cost is for a new hose. If nothing else, I'll have a spare if I need it. Maybe I'll go new hose and new gun. All right, let me shut this off here and I'll bring you back. After running all over the countryside, I come up with somewhat of a plan here, kind of. About $160 later, I got pieces for this. Problem is, it's still not perfect. I still need to figure out how to attach where to go. Oh, come here. All right. Holy smokes. Yeah. this bad rascal open, open this to here so that I can, that way. Now I'm looking at a couple different things here. I don't know. I might be able to tap that, maybe, in there. I mean, that'd fix me. I'd be good after this. I'd be able to screw the brand new hose into the end of this and ready to rock and roll. I don't know. I mean, come up with a game plan and I'll let you know. Back to the power washer. My first attempt at changing old from new, old to new, is, you'll see the failed attempt that I had to try to braze this piece, this nipple, which goes to the bottom of the pressure washer, which from what I can tell and what I see, well, I'm in it now. I bought the new gun, I bought the new hose, and they're non-compatible. All right, this seems to be, I can't swear to it, but I haven't seen anything else like it. This nipple seems to be proprietary. Now, you saw in the earlier video that I took this collar off of this original one and did it, and I tried to braze it together so that I could get it, this end right here, stuck on here like that. I tried to, and as you can see, it's still got a bunch of chaff on it. Now I reheated this and tried to get this the original braze on here. It's stuck everywhere I didn't want it to and didn't stick where I needed it to. Blase, blase. All right, long story short, failed. Okay, fail. I got a backup piece, the other end of that hose. What I'm going to do is cut this plastic sleeve off of here, take these two pieces as they were originally. I mean, this is, you could see, beat up pretty hard. And as when I tried to melt the solder out of this to get it off, to get it back to original, I ended up melting it. So I'm going to take this other piece right here, cut the plastic off of it, get down to this, the original piece, and then instead of trying to braze this together, what I'm going to do is end up cutting this off, drilling this out, threading this, and then threading this piece. And the merger I'm going to use, the go-between, the piece, is going to be this. And the only reason I'm going with this is because this is the threads that I have. The tap that I have, this specific thread, and it's the right diameter on this end. I need it big enough for this. And I'll be able to cut it down and figure out what tap I'm going to need for this side. Is it going to be leak proof? Not at first, no. I'm going to try Teflon tape, and if that doesn't work, I will, pardon me, I will pack it with JB Weld, but at least it'll be screwed together to give it enough pressure, and hopefully the JB Weld, and or, I don't know, I could try pipe dope. I don't know if pipe dope is going to work under 3,000 pounds or 2,000 pounds of pressure or not. I doubt it. JB Weld just might. So that's where I'm at now. But first I got to get the original one of these out of here. Yeah. Like it so often as happens when you're cobbling, your first attempt falls on its ass. But you can't let that hold you back. You got to keep pissing upwind and hope for the best. So here we go. Guess you should see what I'm doing. Can you see what I'm doing? All right, we're right here. Yep. All right, let me get you a little bit better here. Okay. Oh, you dirty. So we should be good on that tip, I hope. I cut the hell out of this tail, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to drill down in here Haven't determined what size yet, but I'm about to do that now. I'll go get some set up on the bench and figure out what size I need. And I guess I'll put this in the lathe. That'll be the easiest way to drill this out, so I know she's dead nuts right on. Yeah. All right, let me bring you back. Get you up close here. First step in the process. This is the piece that the new hose screws into. Let's do some heavy thinking here. All right, just so happens I'm going to run with, what am I going to run with? 1/2 inch 13. Which in translation is approximately 12.83 millimeters. And this is the tap I'm going to use. See the taper on this tap? I'm going to do that, so hopefully I'll get down in there, get some threads, and maybe she'll give a little bit of a, almost like a pipe tap to it. I know this is very coarse thread, but this is what I have, and this is what I'm going to use, and it just so happens to match the bolt. And like I said, again, if I have to, I'll use some Teflon tape, and or, I don't know, maybe Teflon tape will do it. Squeeze her hard enough. Keep her from squirting, I don't know. Now, I don't know who tapered this, but let me see if I, oh, pardon me. Got some light on her. You got a view. Let me bring you down a little. Get you a little closer. Up in here. There we go. All right. Come on, asshole, bite. Now that's not cutting oil I'm using, it's actually old motor additive. I think it's EOS from back in the 90s. Left over from my father's car dealership. I'd be afraid to put it in a motor today of any kind because it's so old. But I use it on a bar on my chainsaw. And it just happened to be handy, so the way I figure it. Are we seeing what I'm seeing, or what are we doing here? I mean, all right, there we go. Hey, a little more squeeze on that. That way I'm buried in there nice. Get up in her. Okay. Yeah, okay, there we go. And use this. Do a backward spin on her, see if we can get her set. Come on, set. God damn it. There we go. Hell, I might as well go see what happens. Down a little more. All right, back her out. want to get too carried. I don't know if Loctite would seal this up. I'm not sure. Okay, I got a good bite on that. That's a good sink. She's crooked. But again, it's underneath. I don't care. I'm all good. As long as she holds. Yeah, alright. Looks like we got a reasonable amount of teeth down in there. And she's got still got a slight taper on the inside. So that should give her a pitch. So when I squeeze her in, tighten it up, that should help seal that. Now, you still, with threads, it's just, it's intrinsic in this. You know, if you've got pressure and you're working with fluids or whatever, it can track right up through here, right up around, and right out the hole. That's why they have pipe dope, and that's why they also use tapered threads on plumbing, so that everything locks in tight so you can get the seal on it. But again, pipe dope makes... fixes the problem, the intrinsic problem in the thread itself. Yeah. All right. Enough psychobabble bullshit. I'm going to cut this stem off of here right now, and hopefully I don't booger this up, because that's only brass and she's only in here by a little bit. Let me make sure this is all clear. Make sure this is all tight. All right, 5/16 24 tap is what I'm going to use on this. I'm going a little small on this drill bit. That way I can do this in steps. I'll try it on this one, but I don't think it's going to fit. She looks a little bit tight. Let's try this. You can look down in there, make sure she's not bottoming out and stripping. Did I bring it? I did bring it. Okay, let me see. All right, how much? Let me work a little more. It is a flat nose tap, so she should bottom. I mean, give me threads pretty deep down there. Okay, I got that piece threaded. I got this piece threaded. Now all I got to do is make the common denominator between the two of them, which is going to be... Did I put it? You know, I have intentions of gathering everything and putting it all nice, but here we go. Okay. Now, pull that key out of there before I mash my own brains out. All right. So we got that in there, nice. Now what I got to do is cut this down. I'll put it in the chuck. Again, it's crooked, but that's okay. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't affect anything as far as anything goes with keeping this. I just need it. Doesn't need to be, you know, straight on, perfect. Symmetrical, nothing, none of that. And now I need to center drill this. So I need to take this out and put a center drill in, if I have one. This was well worth the investment. I got a lot of extra tools with this thing that I wouldn't have got had I bought this thing new. And it'd be really cool if my memory was better from me being in a machine shop 40 plus years ago. So I would know the ins and outs and how better to do this. Because I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I remember some stuff, but I really don't remember a lot. Yeah, I really don't remember a lot. Oh, you... Okay. Yeah, see, I don't remember a lot of stuff. Is right. All right. Gonna have to move her over. Not a big deal, I think. I could do this. Extend her some more. Open. Is it going to give me enough? No, it won't. So I still got to move this stand. Yeah, so overall, for what I do around here, this system ain't bad. Whew. Okay. Now I don't know what kind of angle I want to get at here yet, but let's say one thing. There we go. I like the old tool holders used to extend out on the old stuff, on the old Bridgeports and whatever else I was using. This always makes me a little bit anxious when this block right here is right close to the chuck. Yeah, I know, whatever, everything should be good, but it still feels like the work is too close for me. I don't know. Okay, on there and here. That way. Okay, let's listen for the bang, bang, bang. Hopefully it don't. Well, that's crazy. That's nuts. It needs to be tightened. Jehoshaphat. Oh man. All right. I'm not liking that cutting tool. Let me see if I can find a better one. And I should probably swap this battery out because it's getting kind of low. Back up and running here. Gassed her up. Okay, I got a better cutting tool in here. Make sure she's all clear. Hopefully. Yep. All right, you get the idea. I'll bring you back when I get this down to where I'm gonna thread it. And make it suffer through this anymore. So I'm about to do a shotgun wetting here. I got the die in here, and unfortunately this is one of the better die handles I have, and it's broke. This is my grandfather's. The ones I have that came with my kit, one of them is hex shaped inside. Would it work? Maybe it would work, but my dies are round. That's only for a specific set. I think that's I think it's cobalt. This thing ain't even heavy enough to be a boat anchor. It's no good. It's a piece of shit. All right, what I have here is the piece that I'm threading, that nipple, and I've got the tailstock with a chuck in it pushed up against there to try to make sure that this goes on here smoothly or evenly, because I tried to force feed it before and she was looking like she was going to run crooked, and I don't like that at all. So we'll see how this goes. You buzzard. Okay. Now, what I need to do, tighten this down a little bit more. Not too much. Alright, back this out. I think I'm on there straight now. I don't want that to spin in that chuck either, because that'll booger up the threads, and that's what she's doing, of course. So, all right. Let me see if I can't. I'll back this out. I'll put another nut on this. This bad man pajama right here. I'll duplicate it and try to lock them in place. Keep it from boogering up those threads. That's about the only thing that's going to keep that thing from leaking. Give it a little juice. Tighten her in and see what she does now. Yeah. Again, I could cut these threads with this lathe, but the problem is I got to pull all the gears apart, and I have to, I don't know, I don't have the manual to tell me what gear ratios are what, so what gears I need to put in there to use to get the right thread. I have all the gearing, I believe. Now she's looking pretty good, huh? I'm liking it. I am. Come on, ass. Hole. Asshole. Probably could tighten these down a little better if I actually used wrenches. Imagine that. Just for shits and giggles, let's see if this wrench fits. It does not. I need a wrench. I'm gonna. No. No. You're a dirty bag of turds. I'm guessing. Yeah. All right. Now, mother flipper. What do we have here? Ho, ho, ho. Well, that was dumb. But, all right. Let me do that. Back this up. Off. Ubba dubba 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 dubba. What I gotta do? Oh, yeah. Are you for real? You're a dirty... Okay, let's see if we can do it this way. Off she comes. Off, off, off. All right, there's that. Here's this. All right, you want to see the magic? Look at that. There's the piece for the new hose. There's my cobbled up bag of turds adapter. That's right. Is that right? Okay, here's the old piece. Wait, am I looking at it? Okay, dumbass. There we go. There. See that? Okay. Now this magic device should make my pressure washer work. You see how she's a little wonky there? Yeah, she screwed in crooked. But that's all right. That's going to be down on the bottom anyway. Nobody's going to notice that. Nobody's going to see anything. I'm going to Teflon tape the shit out of this thing, clean this up, find an O-ring for it, and then start assembling the rest of this. And hopefully I can put that pressure washer to use. Finally. It's only been... Well, I've had the parts for it for a week now. And I mean, I started this months ago. Yep, okay, bring it back. Okay, she's not looking so pretty in there, so what we're going to do is give her a little buff. Just put a little touch of lube on there. Maybe we can get her in there. I don't know. We'll see. Aha. Okay, gonna put her in there snug. All right, so that's that. Let me get you a different angle here. See how she looks? What is it? Lens looks a little greasy here. Let me see if I can't clean that up. Now, I'm going to piece together the rest of the gun, and I got to take this down to where we have some water. Okay, got a bath doing it, but got her up and running. Well, at this point on that 454, all I'm doing is washing the rust proofing off of it from all the oil leaks. But it works. I probably should adjust the throttle up a little bit. I don't think she's running as fast as I'd like her to, but she might be leaking a little bit, but she ain't leaking much, and that's all I need to do. This is a start, and so there we go. That's that. I cleaned up a little something with it. It doesn't have the pressure I thought it would, but again, I need to tune this up a little bit, a little higher, see if I can. I probably won't mess with it anymore today. I got it up and running. That was the goal, that I wanted to get it so that it's functional. I guess that's it. I'm happy with it now. Whatever. Yeah. Between the hose and the nozzles and the hardware with that and that new carburetor, I probably got close to 200 bucks in this thing. Was it worth it? Well, it works. For all the time and effort and everything, I mean, that would have to be up to any individual who's doing it. I'm gonna say yeah, because I brought it back from basically being a piece of junk. Yeah. And we'll use it, probably use it over on Mom's deck, and I'll use it around here a little bit. And it definitely has more pressure and works better than just a regular garden hose. Again, I will tune this, I think. Set this up so she runs a little bit faster, so she has a little bit more arse to her. Have to also figure out, I guess I'm going to have to, from what it seems like, strap that handle open without the nozzle in the end of it to start this, because it didn't seem to want to start with being bound up with the with that trigger closed. All right, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.